No, we have not missed the Yellow Flash one, which is less a controversy about him and more about the non-controversy of this McDonald's ad, which apparently people are freaking out about. Let's take a look, though. Let's see what's going on here.
I didn't have this one on my bingo card, but apparently McDonald's Japan did something controversial, and that's put out this cute little commercial. It's an adorable little commercial of this family eating McDonald's.
Okay.
It's 21 seconds long. Let's watch this apparently super controversial video.
Who's it? First of all, though, like, who's it controversial to? I really want to know who's it controversial to.
Very, very, very controversial. Seems like a loving family just enjoying a meal together.
Okay.
But somehow, this became the talk of the town yesterday. I missed some of it. I didn't catch it to the end. Now, when you check the quote tweets, it's all people talking about the meltdown. But I guess this was quite the conversation.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. This is a meltdown where we have no evidence of a meltdown? What? Is he really going to do the whole, like, I guess if I was part of the conversation yesterday, then I could have seen the meltdown in all of its glory, but because it's the day after, obviously, all of that's in the aether now. It's gone! It's gone! Zell says it was a freak out to my understanding. I haven't seen any freak out about this shit. I've seen conservatives saying there was a freak out. Said Rev did a video on it. I don't trust Rev Says Desu. He shit-talked me. He shit-talked a bunch of people that I care about. I don't give a fuck about what Rev Says Desu says. Dude's a piece of work.
79.6 thousand retweets and quotes.
Jessa says press translate. It's a Jessa. It's a video. How am I going to press translate?
A bit. This is actually from September 20th. But people were losing their minds over this for two reasons. One, you had some leftist people very upset about the mother looking young. Just
where can you show me that? Can you show me the leftists being upset about this? Are the leftists in the room right now?
Clearly just a young mother. And I saw some people saying, well, why does the daughter look like her? Well, probably because it's her mother.
If you saw some people saying that, can you please show... Can you show the people who said that? Can you please show us some of that evidence, please?
I know most of these far leftists will never have children, so you have to explain to them when you have one, most of the time, they look like the parents. I know it's crazy since, especially most of the men probably aren't the biological fathers of the child, but that is a thing. They
What? Most of the men aren't the Are you saying that, like, all leftists who have children are just getting cucked? Is that what you're trying to say? Where? I know plenty of people who are leftists and also have families. That's just being pulled out of your asshole.
Do you end up resembling the parents? So a little girl looks like her mama. Not really a big deal. But people were quite upset about this. And then, of course, other people were pointing out the fact that, I guess, so this meme kind of makes the difference here. So I guess America McDonald's put out some story about a woman of color that's also LBGT. I don't know what that has to do with eating McDonald's, but they decided to make a culture war post while McDonald's of Japan posted a cute little video of a family eating McDonald's.
I mean, yeah, in America, people... Okay, so here, I can actually make this one make sense to you. I can make this one make sense to you very, very quickly. So right here, we have an MI6 intelligence document from the Intelligence and Security Committee of Parliament about Russia. This is a several-year-old document at this point. Do you want me to make this make sense to you very, very quickly? So, this document details a lot of the things that Russia is trying to do to destabilize America. And one of those things is create a culture war in America on what are called wedge issues. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what wedge issues it's talking about. Poisoning the political narrative in the West by fomenting political extremism and wedge issues, and by astroturfing the Western public opinion and general discrediting of the West. Man, I wonder if you're part of the problem, Yellowfash. I wonder if you're doing the thing that Russia literally wants you to do. Just saying. But what they're basically doing, if you look in the footnotes of the document here, wedge issues are any highly divisive subjects which bifurcate a country's population, often but not always into socially liberal and socially conservative camps, and which often lead to at least some degree of transcending political party boundaries. Example of wedge issues include abortion and gun control in the United States or Brexit in the United Kingdom. So what's happening here is we have a very, very politically charged nation at the moment, far more than it has been in a good amount of time. That's been deliberately done by Russia because it makes the United States an easier target. It's easier to conquer a country that is divided. It is easier to win wars in neighboring countries when the countries that you're worried about intervening do not have the ability to respond in a united way. Companies like McDonald's, so wait till he learns about all the Ronald McDonald's yaoi that exists. I don't think that matters here. But companies that are in the middle of that culture war nonsense, merely by, being in the United States, are going to figure out which side of the political divide it is better for them to come across so that they can advertise to the people who are politically charged. McDonald's doing this is a symptom of America being so politically charged. And America is this politically charged because Russia wants it to be right now. Literally. If you want to understand why a company does the rainbow capitalism thing, it's because a marketing department has come together to agree that doing the rainbow capitalism thing is the best way for them to sell their product. Take a company like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A almost always will come onto the conservative side of an argument if they can, because their marketing departments have basically shown that them as a company are already religiously affiliated, so it is better for them to make their dollars off of that crowd, even if that crowd is actually smaller in the United States. A company like McDonald's, which tries to have more unilateral appeal, is going to find that appealing to liberals is going to work better for their company's image, because doing so will sell them more product. At the end of the day, it is what sells them more product. United States is more politically charged, so politics sells burgers. Whereas cute animations, moe culture, stuff like that, sells really well in Japan, so that's what McDonald's uses for their advertisements in Japan. There. Politically charged country, politically charged advertising. Less politically charged country, more on the fence advertising. It's that simple. Anyway, continue.
It's kind of shows you the difference. Like, why wouldn't you? The one on the right should be the American commercial too. Something like that.
McDonald's does these cutesy ads in the States as well, by the way. Not the exact, very obviously anime-inspired one. They do these types of cutesy ads in every single country, but they tailor the cutesy ads to what that country is more likely to consume.
That nice wholesome commercial, but no, McDonald's in America wants to get a bunch of nasty discourse of people arguing. It really shows you. It shows you where American companies are at. I didn't even know they did this, by the way. It's kind of messed up. I don't know when they did it. There's no timestamp, but
I like how the picture here shows McDonald's Japan versus evil McDonald's. I have a question. In what way is a company, like, let's ignore all the rainbow capitalism stuff. Let's strip away the this is McDonald's things. Let's just look at that statement. The statement, black trans women don't want you to kill them. Make that statement sound evil? Fail to make that statement sound evil, please? That's not an evil statement. I don't see how this is evil McDonald's. Maybe I'm fixating on the wrong thing here.
This was a big part of the conversation. And of course, you had people saying stuff like this. 70,000 prices are going to think prices about this.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. Think pieces, not think prices. Secondly, welcome, Yellow Flash. You are actually doing the exact thing that they're saying that they're going to do. I'm not saying you're a white supremacist. I'm not. What I'm saying is when you engage in the discourse about, this really says a lot about the way the West is crumbling. That kind of discourse, you're doing this think piece shit. Like, you're making fun of this person for making this post, but you're unironically doing what this person just said that you would do. That multiple people on the right will do.
People really losing their mind over this post. It's just a cute little post. And one of the reasons that it happened like this, I mean, it's one of the problems in Japan right now is they're not having kids. I mean, this is a cute little commercial to show, hey, maybe have a family. Look at what you can do. You can have a good time raising your daughter together. Like, it's...
My guy, you're doing the think piece thing. You're going from, this is just a cute little animation, to, well, actually, this is the political statement that the animation is talking about. We need to be having more families being born right now, so that is what they are trying to do. Guy, you're doing the thing you made fun of the person for pointing out that you would do. What?
It's a very wholesome commercial. It shouldn't have 80,000 quote tweets, but here we are. People were losing.
Shouldn't have 80,000 quote tweets, but it's literally from the biggest real estate company in the entire world. Shouldn't have 80,000 quote tweets, but it's a tweet from one of the largest companies in the entire world. What? Shouldn't have 80,000 quote tweets make sense if we're talking about some nobody person on Twitter, right? Like, if I did something on Twitter and it got 80,000 quote tweets, then there'd be a cause for concern, because I don't even have a fraction of that in Twitter followers. But McDonald's has millions of Twitter followers. 80,000 quote tweets is like the least of what you would expect.
Losing their minds over it. We can look at some of it. The problem now is most of the responses are just people talking about the meltdown.
Yeah, they're talking about a meltdown, but you're not seeing anybody. You're not seeing that a meltdown happened, right? Like, this is when people go, oh, well, people talking about something is evidence that it's real. No, not really. I can talk about Sonic all day long. That doesn't make Sonic real.
Like this one, holy shit, a cute, happy family eating a meal to sell McDonald's at Japan is causing a full meltdown. In the comments, quotes, feels like even Watch Mojo is trying to save this brainwashed echo chamber of Twitter and TikTok psychos addicted to dividing.
Okay, so on the one hand, yes, fighting does actually make the Twitter algorithm go burr. 110%. But on the other hand, I would be able to take this way more seriously if any actual evidence was in here at all that a meltdown happened. Nothing. Nothing. There's nothing in this video. At least not yet.
See, are people on this godforsaken platform seriously throwing a hissy fit over this? It's wholesomeness not allowed on Twitter X. It's a very wholesome commercial.
Your feed is nothing but people talking about how there was a meltdown or how can anybody hate this? But like, I'm not seeing any of that. Okay, so I'm not saying that a meltdown didn't happen. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna make a video about a Twitter meltdown, then it would behoove you to take some screen caps of that Twitter meltdown. If it all happened yesterday and today people are just talking about the Twitter meltdown now, then maybe it'd be a good idea to go back in those older posts and find that Twitter meltdown and then use that as evidence. You can't just sit here and... Here's the thing that bothers me. So this video has 171,000 views as of 5 days ago. Let me refresh the page, see how many more it might have gotten in that amount of time. 174,000 views. Okay, so its time in the limelight has died. The video's time in the limelight is over. We're basically done with the video. Like, unless we're gonna very quickly see if there's a point
Wholesome because
where
of
somebody
to
says
me.
anything.
See, now they're trying to say that people are racist about it.
Americans pissed about this because it's depicting a traditional family. I don't get it. What's wrong with this ad? The dad is banging them both in an alternative universe. I've probably read that dojin somewhere. I'm glad they're happy. Why are so many bigots and literal Nazis on this cute little McDonald's ad? All the homophobic right-wingers who treat Japan like some conservative utopia are coming out of the woodworks like they're all obsessed with hating drag queens. It's wild. Okay, so this one is indicative of literally what's going on with this video right here. Why do we have a meltdown that apparently we can't find, and then all the worst people on the internet talking about a meltdown that nobody can find? Like, why are those people attaching themselves so vehemently to this particular marketing ad? Like, why do we have a nothing burger that's bringing the worst people of the internet out?
The phobia stuff now, because people are saying... So this person's saying...
Note to self, this still isn't even somebody actually melting down over this. This is somebody confused as to why a particular brand of people are freaking out about this in the first place.
Oh, why are they... Why they're mad about the American one. Well, to be fair, this commercial should also be something like an American... They can make an American version of this pretty easy. But instead of doing that, with this nice, wholesome advertisement, they wanted to go with the argument. Angry post, which just pisses people off.
The amount of men desperately despairing about not being able to start a family shows how modern society has failed men on a civilizational level. I'm okay with this part of the statement. Like, the second part, but the first part, we actually have failed guys on a very large scale. We've commodified sex to the point where it doesn't mean a whole lot of stuff for a lot of guys. And on top of that, we've created a ton of problems with the way that dating is handled these days, that a lot of men just feel like they're useless and they're just wallets. Like, a lot of guys literally feel like they are just wallets to be utilized by other people. And there is a small subset of the internet that is yas queening over that and being like, yeah, no, stick it to the patriarchy, but fucking over a random guy on a date is not sticking it to the patriarchy. It doesn't do anything to shatter the glass ceiling. So, like, yes, there is that aspect of society that we need to do better about. We need to address that. But when you go into this next part of, like, our Western society is so depraved, hostile, and sex-saturated that a casual, family-friendly ad is now profound and heartbreaking, well, again, no, not really. You're doing the thing where the wedge issue, the highly divisive subject, which literally, we have an entire intelligence document on Russian propaganda and how it's trying to destabilize the United States. We have that information. We know why the whole, like, the West is in such decay. We know why that discourse is happening now. It's been planned from the start. We get that. This is why I can only agree with the first part of that statement. But again, I'm tangenting away from the most important part of this entire thing, which is I still haven't seen anybody freaking out about the ad.
A woman.
Like, I just...
Whoever runs Twitter.
Do you have anything in here of that?
It's a fun community that I'm...
No, we have your Patreon community, which... Maybe join my Patreon community. I don't know. I've made some derps recently, so maybe don't. But I guess that's it. I guess that's it. There's no actual anything there of any variety. I saw no substance here. There's a meltdown that I can't find a conversation that is only happening on one side of an aisle. What the hell am I supposed to make of this? What the hell am I supposed to make of any of this? This is a controversy that I cannot find anywhere that feels entirely manufactured for no reason other than to get clicks on the internet. And really, is there anything other than clicks on the internet now? I made the video about infinite leftism versus policy leftism, and the more that I think about it, the more I feel like this is an issue on both sides, but the difference is that the right benefits from it greatly. The infinite culture war actually benefits them, but the infinite culture war does not benefit the left. We get mired in it, and then policies don't change. Policies just kind of change in the background when we don't want them to happen again. Said it sounds like litter boxes in bathrooms again. It kind of does. It definitely feels like somebody said something somewhere on a playground and everybody started repeating it in a giant game of telephone. Subnark says, K. Charles says, it sounds like Breaking Bad meme when Walter White, being the leftist, going, what the fuck are you talking about? To Jesse talking about how they're melting down. You know, I get nothing from this. This feels like a fake manufactured controversy. Well, that said, that's all I got on that one. I don't have anything else to add other than what the hell did I just watch? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And just insert end of video tagline here. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of the video. It really means a lot to me. I want to go ahead and show fan art here so that I can still give some support to all of y'all who spend an inordinate amount of time making fan art for this channel. So thank you very much. This first one is from Saver. The next one we have is from Gideon Walls, inspired by the eating drywall talk in recent videos. And then, of course, the final one from a Nubian. As always, thank you all for your fan art submissions, and with that, let's go ahead and get on to the credits. Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.